Hey guys, so I have Sector 1 for you in this Conquest series. This is the one that we are playing to earn Queen Amidala. And I'm just going to go through the Sector 1 feats in this as usual. And I am going to include a couple notes that just kind of double dip into the global feats, but I also really want to focus on the stop kills from the global feats because that was one that I think a lot of people were hoping to skip. But we'll go over that really quickly. Before we hop in, though, I do want to say thank you to my patrons. I really do appreciate your support. It's definitely noticed and definitely super grateful for it. So thank you so much. And now let's look at the Conquest feats for Sector 1 specifically. So pretty straightforward. You've got defeat 50 enemies with Jedi units, gain defense up 80 times, attempt to inflict armor shred 30 times, and gain secret intel 80 times. So again, really straightforward on how you're going to do this. My recommendation for this, and kind of what I am going to be doing with these feats in particular in Sector 1, is to sort of work on them while you're making your way through the sector as usual. But I'm not going to be honestly too hung up on trying to get all of it in one fight or cheese it or anything like that, especially while I'm making my way through. Because at the end of Sector 1, we have a boss node that is Night Sisters, and it has a zombie on it, which means we can take our sweet-ass time afterwards and go back, and if we're missing, 35 secret intel or whatever the case may be, you're going to be able to pick that up on that boss node really easily because one, it's 10 minutes long, and two, like I said, it has a zombie on it, so you're going to be able to get the rest of this done really easily. So what I'm going to show you in this video is just the teams that I'm using, making my way through the sector in particular. And then that way you can kind of just do the rest of it on the zombie node, if that makes sense. Okay, before we hop in though to Sector 1, I'm going to show you the stop kills, which also are on that zombie node, that boss node. And I think that is really, really great. So I'll show you that first, and then we'll look at Sector 1. All right, guys, so I just want to show you my counter here. You can see I'm at 0 out of 50 for defeating enemies with stop. And like I said, we're going to go onto this boss node in Sector 1. So these are the 3 discs I have equipped right now. So 2 green entrenched and 1 zealous ambition. And we're going to go, like I said, on this Night Sister node. And I just wanted to show you those discs specifically, just so you can kind of get an idea of all the different types of combos you can do. So the main thing here is that you want to take a gas lead because he's going to lower the health bar on the zombie. I'm going to use Jedi Master Luke and Shock for 2 reasons. One, I want a really strong tank, and then Watt and Stop, obviously. So one, I want a really strong tank, like I mentioned with Jedi Master Luke. He's going to get the tank tech here, and he's going to be able to remove their turn meter. We're going to try and get ability block on as many of them as possible with him. Because he's a GL, he's obviously going to go first, obviously, like after Watt. And that will be that. The main idea here is to just kind of get through as quickly as possible to get it down to just zombie and just Daka. So you want to kill Talzin, you want to kill Asajj, you want to get rid of essentially the AoEs. And because of gas lead, they're not going to revive, so you don't need to worry about having to kill them twice with the zombie sacrifice or anything like that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the health pack on Stop because I want him to gain some health back with every turn, just to kind of keep him alive because he is 3-star gear 11, so he's not that beefy, and that is fine. And then the other thing that we will eventually do is give the weapons tech to either Shock or Gas. Doesn't really matter. You also probably don't really need to do it. I'm just doing it for basically shits and giggles. The reason why I brought Shock is kind of like threefold, if that's even the right word for it. The first one being that she is a support, so she's going to hit extra hard with that Zealous Ambition disc I have equipped. The more of those discs you have, the even harder she will hit, so you want to keep that in mind. But the more important reasons, in my opinion, is that one, she has a dispel on her basics, so you can get past that zombie taunt and get to the other Night Sisters as quickly as possible. 2, her first special is a cleanse, so if Stop is stunned or dazed or anything like that, you want to cleanse him because you want to be able to him to take as many turns as possible to kill the zombie as quickly as he can. And then her second special, which is her heal, is also a call to assist, and it doesn't matter if she targets light side or dark side. She can target either or, so she's actually able to call STAP to assist and get more kills that way. So you're not relying just on him. So there are a couple of things that I would do differently once I have more discs. Obviously, this is on day 1, so my disc selection is pretty limited, but the more Zealous Ambition I have, the better. If I have more stacking offense, the better. The other thing that I would really like to do is have a voluntary vanguard instead, because in my opinion, you don't really need the techs here from Watt. He's a great safety net. If STAP does happen to die, he can revive him. But if I had a voluntary vanguard instead, so that Jedi Master Luke was taunting that way, I would replace Watt with Hermit Yoda so that I could give the Master's training to STAP and only STAP and continuously give it to STAP as a call to assist. So that would kind of speed up the kills that way a little bit as well. Again, that would be down the road and completely dependent on the data discs. So you can see we're almost done here. Zombies got that 1 bar of health, which is great. This feat you're going to be able to get done in 2 battles at most. We've got the 50 kills with Jedi, which is another great side kick kind of thing with this. And then if we go back and look at it, you'll see that we got 25 kills with STAP. I'm not mad about that. 2 battles, we'll be done. All right, so let's start with the most basic of them. We're going to be triple dipping here. We're going to do all Jedi for the Jedi kills. We're going to work on Armor Shred, and we're going to work on the Galactic Republic Global Feat. So I don't have any discs equipped right now because we're so early into the sector. But I'm going to take Jedi Master Kenobi. I'm going to leave Kat off this squad just because I want to make sure we're getting as many Jedi kills as possible, and I don't want her sniping any. So Kenobi, Gas, Cam, Shock, and Jedi Master, or Grandmaster Yoda, sorry. Obviously, General Skywalker and Cam are going to give us our armor shreds, and then they are all Jedi, so it doesn't matter who gets the kill, and they're all Galactic Republic, so we're going to work on the Jedi kills. We're going to get a tick towards the Galactic Republic feat, and we're going to get some armor shreds. I went against the Bounty Hunter node here, just because couple of things. The armor shreds, I'm going to be able to get a few more of them on, and I'm also going to be able to get a couple more Jedi kills because we have the revives happening with the Mandalorian bounty hunters there. So you can get a little bit more that way and just kind of squeeze it out. So that way I'm making my way through the sector with this squad or variations of this squad and getting ticks towards all 3 of those feats at the same time. Okay. Now, let's look at a resistance squad because we do need to get secret intel. So I'm going to take in a pretty standard Rey squad and no double dipping on this as of yet. But again, just to work on secret intel, slowly making our way through the sector and picking some up as we're going. So Rey, JTR, BB-8, that's your character that's going to give you your secret intel. He's the only one that can do it, so you have to have him on the squad. And then I do take the 2 Resistance Hero Bros just to tag along and for some added survivability. Rey makes this pretty straightforward, though. We're going to get damage immunity for everyone if it's necessary, and then she's just going to kind of wreck the board, so to speak, on her own and carry us through. And I do try to slow play a little bit just so I can get as many secret intel as possible out of the battle so that I don't have to come back and necessarily work on it too much after the fact. But again, I'm not really worried about it. With that Night Sister zombie node at the end of this sector, we're going to be able to clean up anything that's missing really easily there. So really straightforward. I do like having a first order node in every sector just because crew's there and you can, if you need to, cheese some feats if you need to. But again, zombies in this sector, so not totally necessary in my opinion. Okay, so that is done. Let's look, though, at another resistance squad because we can actually double dip this way and work on secret intel 80 times and the IG-12 Kelleran Beck survival feat from the global sector. So you're going to take the same idea, Rey, BB-8, JTR. I like taking JTR as the third. You can take a different light side character. And then obviously you're going to want Keller and Beck, and you're going to want IG-12. So I did leave my mods on them. Yes, I know they're Relic 7, but it's going to be doable at lower gear levels. I've had people tell me that they are doing it with 3-star gear 10 and gear 11. IG-12 and Keller and Beck, with a Rey, like this exact Rey comp. So as of right now, the only disc I have on is one entrenched disc, okay? But because of the Rey lead, we're able to get damage immunity on them if necessary. Because I have her alt also, once she enters her alt, no one can take damage, which is just like an added security here for those two with the survival. And then obviously BB-8 passing the secret intel around to everyone. So we're working on that feat at the same time. And we're just going to slowly make our way through this node. Again, like I mentioned, I only have the one disc equipped. So if you are able to gather some discs and then come back to this, that would work really well in your favor, especially if you have a lower gear Beck or IG-12. But really straightforward. They survive. We get some secret intel as well at the same time. And then that way, we're just kind of double dipping, so to speak, on both of those feats that way. And you can see here, if we go and look at the global one, we have a tick with 1 out of 20 for them surviving. All right. Pretty straightforward. So let's have a look here. This is going to be Jedi kills a little bit, mostly armor shred. It's also going to count for Galactic Republic in the global feats. But I really like to do a 501st squad against Night Sisters because I am lazy and I don't like that they revive. So I just, like to use gas to just blow my way through. It makes it a lot faster. It makes it a lot more straightforward. And especially with the feats this time around, it just makes the most sense because we're going to be able to get multiple hits at once here. So we're getting the armor shred. Gas is getting most of the kills, to be honest. The clones are going to take some of them, but Gas does take a few, so we can get some ticks towards Jedi. And then, like I said, full Galactic Republic squad. So you can see I am bouncing around with my clones with who they're hitting because I'm trying to not have them kill anybody. I'm trying to have Gas do all the killing if possible so I can get the Jedi kills, but it's not the end of the world in my opinion. So really straightforward, very basic team that I think most people have, and you're able to do that again while you're making your way through the sector and then clean up, pick up anything left over at the end of the sector. Okay, so let's look at defense up. So I'm at 20 out of 80. I'm gonna go against this First Order squad and I'm gonna take a full Galactic Republic squad. I do actually make a mistake in my squad building here. And I take Jedi Master Kenobi in when I should be taking another tank. But honestly, it works out just fine. So I'm going to take these four, General Kenobi, Fives, and Wrecker being tanks. Jedi Master Kenobi, like I said, was a mistake. I'd probably take Mace. But honestly, it doesn't really matter. So I have 2 entrenched discs equipped and 1 zealous ambition disc, just for reference. And basically all that's happening here is Clone Wars Chewie lead is giving defense up to everybody, to the tanks. And it's really straightforward. This is a team that I pretty much always use for this feat. And it works really nicely. The added bonus here is that they're Galactic Republic. So if you come back and do this feat, once you have quite a few more discs equipped, I actually think you could probably win, or pick a different squad and you could get a win and double dip to the sector or to the global feat where you need a full Galactic Republic squad as well. But honestly, my main thought here was just to finish the defense up. It's not the end of the world either way if you finish it or not, because like I said, you've got that zombie node at the end, but it's really easy with this squad because of Clone Wars Chewie lead. So you can see here, I don't win, which is totally fine. I don't care, but I have gotten over 60 in one fight, so it's done. Okay, let's do the mini boss. So this here is to win with Hermit Yoda surviving. Because Hermit Yoda is not a Galactic Republic Jedi, I'm not going to take a full Galactic Republic squad. I don't really care. I have a Zealous Ambition equipped, which is why I'm going to take Shock and Grandmaster Yoda, because they're going to hit really hard. Jedi Master Luke, just to have him for control. And then also we're going to be getting defense up this way. It's a full Jedi squad, so everyone's getting kills is going to work nicely. Jolie is my 5th because on the off chance they do happen to kill Hermit Yoda, at least we could revive with Jolie if we needed to. Really straightforward. I'm even going to speed it up because it's just so straightforward. Even getting stunned by Jedi Knight Luke, like, it doesn't matter too much. My main thought here was get rid of Jolie as soon as possible so he's not reviving anyone on the enemy team. Get rid of Jedi Knight Luke because I don't really want to be marked anymore. And if I can get rid of Jedi Knight Revan and then get rid of Jedi Knight Luke. And if you can, I would recommend calling Hermit Yoda to assist as many times as possible because he's going to be healing everybody at any time he does that. So you're just kind of giving yourself some added survivability and just like an extra security blanket in a way, just to make sure everything works really nicely. But again, it's so straightforward. There's so much control with this team, in my opinion, that it's really easy to do it. And you win, and Hermit Yoda survives, and you work on Jedi kills and defense up at the same time. So it's all good. Okay, so the next half of this mini boss node is to win without any Jedi, Sith, or unaligned Force users. Very straightforward. Normally, I would take like a BAM or Grievous, but I figured a lot of people have Jabba by now, so Jabba is a really great squad to get these no unaligned Force users feats done. And because there's obviously no one on here. And then as well, with having Chrysanthemum here, you're going to get defense up as well a little bit from his first special. So you're able to work on that at the same time. And Jabba honestly just makes this so fast. It's really straightforward. I don't even think it matters in terms of kill order or anything like that. I would just go after getting your contract, getting defense up if possible, and then just killing everybody, and you're good. You'll get the no Jedi, Sith, unaligned Force users feat this way. You're gonna have to do this twice because of Hermit Yoda surviving and him being a Jedi, so you have to do this node twice to get both feats. You cannot double dip. Okay, really straightforward. Let's look at the boss. So these are the discs I have equipped. I have 2 White Entrenched, a Zealous Ambition, and I did pick up a Savior disc, so I thought I would throw that on here because this is the Professor X account, and the T3M4 on this account is not at Relics. It's Gear 10, as you can see here. But we're going to do this without a Galactic Legend as well. So we're going to hit both feats in one fight. So we're going to take a Sortie Lead, BB-8, we're going to take IG-11, Chupio, and then T3M4. IG-11 is going to hit hard because he's a healer, so with that Zealous Ambition disc equipped. Sortie's going to hit hard with the Zealous Ambition disc, and she's going to be able to just kind of to go through. Chupio is really great for control. We're able to pull the buffs off of them so we can get the taunt off of Zombie if needed, and we're able to blind them as well, which is really helpful for T3 surviving. So I do like to have him here. You can sub him out for R2-D2 if you wanted to. You're not going to get around the buffs with R2-D2, obviously, but because he's a support character, he's going to take advantage of Zealous Ambition as well. So you could do that if you have a stronger T3M4 and you would get through the node faster. That is what I did on my own account personally, and my T3M4 is Relic 5 on that. So do that as you see fit. But again, really straightforward. I like that you can do this in one fight and you're getting both feats done. So you don't need the GL. T3M4 is going to survive, and you can call it good. And that essentially is everything. And both feats in one fight. Okay, guys, so that's Sector 1. Like I said earlier, super straightforward, super clean, basic feats, to be honest. And because we've got that Night Sister node as the boss with the zombie on it, you're going to be able to go back and clean up anything that's left over really easily, which is just like the best thing ever. So hopefully this was helpful and you can take advantage of that zombie, take advantage of the disc builds, etc. And I will see you tomorrow for Sector 2.